commission. All those having business, draw near.
Thank you, and you may be seated. Let me first ask everyone to check your phones, including the commissioners. Check your phones. All right, the sheriff is here, the chief is here, the Department of Natural Resources is here, and deputies are here, and I don't want them to go back with a full pocket because they got your telephone, all right? Though, please don't allow them to go off in this proceedings, and we appreciate that. I've asked you to be seated at this time. First of all, let me say Happy New Year to everyone I have not seen this year. But I ask you to be seated at this time as we get ready to receive our invocation as well as our inspiration, and it comes from I can honestly say this, it comes from the senior pastor, all right? When he first came here, they used to call him that boy, but now he has been at First African Baptist Church for 40 plus years, because I say plus because he already crossed the 40th year and he's working on the plus now, all right? But he has been in this community. He's from Glenn County, all right? And I never had the privilege of beating up on Glenn Academy, but that's where he's from, down that side. Because when I was playing, the two schools didn't play. But since then, I coached against them in basketball, and I got a 1-1 record. They beat me once, and I beat them once. All right, so I often get a chance to tease him about that. And he also works with me and work with others as we work through the Alliance of Pastors, the Interdenominational Ministerial Alliance, the Savannah Baptist Ministers Union, and all other little groups, 12-night revivalists, and a whole lot of the others, okay, as we work to, in this community to help better the lives of people throughout. I bring to you the Reverend Thurman Neal Tillman, senior pastor, and I can say that now, senior pastor of First African Missionary Baptist Church, all right? And he's gonna come to us in his own way, but when he indicates time for us to pray, I ask that we all restand with him, and we will have our prayer. After our prayer, we will remain standing and go into the Pledge of Allegiance, led by Commissioner Whiteley. Reverend Dr. Thurman. Yes, sir. Sure, go ahead.
You need one?
And he's got it.
You can hold on to it as well. I'll give you one too.
Okay.
Yeah, just hold on to it.
It's not for consumption. No, you can't spend it.
Yeah, you give him one too. You need one more? I'll give you mine after I finish. Okay.
Don't worry, we good.
All right.
I understand, we good. I got it.
All right.
I got it.
I know there's some time constraints. So first of all, to the chair, to all our commissioners, to everyone who's working at Chatham County, all over.
Pull that mic up, son.
We just say on today, to God be the glory, and we're grateful for this opportunity to come and share with you. I know you are a commission that believe in miracles. So the very first miracle is that you believe that a Baptist pastor with a microphone won't talk that long. So we'll start the new year off right, and hopefully I can meet that. Please remember this: in everything, give thanks. I just want us to begin with that so we understand it. In everything, give thanks. Our scripture, Galatians chapter 6, verses 7 through 9. Do not be deceived. God is not mocked. For whatever one sows, that will he also reap. For the one who sows to his own flesh will from the flesh reap corruption. But the one who sows to the Spirit will from the Spirit reap everlasting and eternal life. And let us not grow weary in doing good, for in due season we will reap if we do not give up. When this passage says you will reap what you sow, That is a fact, but it's not the whole truth. It's a fact, but it's not the whole truth. But what do you mean by that? Well, what you're holding in your hands is you all have a seed. And I guess you can identify it, it's an apple seed. If you plant an apple seed, you will get back an apple seed, but you will get a little bit more than an apple seed. You will reap what you sow, yes, but when you plant an apple seed, you will get apple seeds in the form of apples, and actually, you're holding in your hand an apple orchard. You get back much more of what you plant. Now, a lot of times we say you reap what you sow, we think negatively. You do something negative, a whole lot of negative stuff will come to you. But the scripture continues with, but let us not grow weary in doing good. It really means if you're doing good, a lot of goodness will come back to you. And that's what we position ourselves to do a lot of good stuff. So when you plant, one scripture says you plant, one plants, one waters, but it's God to give the increase. Well, understand this. I want to encourage you through whatever you go through. Whenever you plant, it gets watered, but not just watered. If something's going to really grow, there's something else we say generally needs to be added. What is it? You plant, you water, and you add what? Oh, yeah, sunlight. And you also add fertilizer. I say, y'all do know what fertilizer is. And fertilizer helps it grow. So whenever you're going through your moments of fertilizing, understand that you still need to give thanks because it's a part of the process to grow and become more beneficial to everyone. So my encouragement, let's not grow weary in well-doing, for in due season you shall reap if you faint not. Let us pray.
Let's stand.
God, our creator, sustainer, redeemer, deliverer, we come thanking you for just the opportunity to be a part of the greatness that you are. We look at one another, we realize that you love us all. And from the love you give to us, it's your expectation that we will love you by loving one another. So use us in a special way. Bless this county commission. Bless every worker of Chatham County in such a special way that as we are blessed and as they're blessed, there will be a blessing unto others. Through everything we have to go through, we thank you for this brand new year. We thank you for this brand new opportunity. Guide us, keep us, and use us. And we will give you all the praise, all the honor, and all the glory. Through everything we have to go through, we will give thanks. We give you praise, honor, and glory. Amen.
Commissioner Wiley.
I pledge allegiance to the
Flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, and you may be seated. To Pastor Tillman, Pastor Buford and I now can go back among the fellows and among the crowd and tell them that you did good. You stayed on time and stayed on task, all right? And yeah, it is dangerous to give a Baptist preacher a mic, but you surpassed the test. Thank you for being here with us, and this is our first meeting of the year, and we thank you for allowing us to have your presence with us. With that, we will have the roll call.
Chester A. Ellis, Chairman.
Present.
Kenneth A. Adams, District 8, Vice Chairman.
Present.
Helen L. Stone, District 1, Chairman Pro Tem.
Present.
Larry Gator Rivers, District 2. Bobby Lockett, District 3.
Present.
Patrick K. Farrell, District 4. Tanya Milton, District 5.
Here.
Aaron Whiteley, District 6.
Here.
Dean Kicklighter, District 7.
All right, as we prepare now to hear from Commissioner Milton, and she will introduce our youth commissioners to us for today.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, everyone, and Happy New Year. We have with us today two of our youth commissioners that are in attendance. We have Ms. Nia Conley, who is a sophomore at Allen's High School. And we also have Mr. Holden Hano, who's a sophomore at Savannah Early College. Now, Ms. Nia, I don't know if you recognized her when she stood up, but she is the daughter of Rod Conley, who was our chief appraiser for Chatham County. And I think her mom's still in the audience somewhere. And we have Mr. Holden, who is very interested in a political and law career. So you're in the right place. Y'all welcome, and I advise you to pay attention and ask questions and take something with you when you leave. Thank you.
Welcome to you, and let me invite you to take part in what's going on in the proceedings today. If you have any questions or you want to make any comment about anything, if you would just raise your hand, and if I miss you because I'm doing something, one of the other commissioners will catch us, okay? So that we can have you a part of the proceeding. And I haven't forgotten, I'm supposed to take y'all to CC's, all right? So tell your advisors now, that's still on the book, okay? So when y'all get ready, we'll go to CC's, okay? And then we'll invite the other commissioners to come, because I'll let them pick up the tab. All right. With that, we go to proclamations and special presentations. And at this time, I'm going to call on, am I calling?
Sean Evans.
Okay. Mr. Manager?
Yeah. I'm gonna ask Sean to come to the podium and introduce our guest and our occasion.
Mr. Chairman, members of the commission, good morning. Just want to talk about a special designation that Chatham County and Savannah has recently received from the National Park Service, designation that sets us as an American World War II heritage city, which is a big deal. And I'll say a few words about that designation here. The American World War II Heritage Cities program through the National Park Service honors the contributions of local towns, cities, counties, and commemorates the stories of the men, women, and children whose bravery and sacrifices shaped the U.S. home front during World War II and still impact our country today. Only one American World War II heritage city can be designated in each state or territory, so that's a big deal for us. There's only one in Georgia, and that's us. At this time, I do want to ask a few of the catalysts of getting this designation to the podium here, Mr. Scott Lair and Bill Palmer, to say a few words.
Good morning, Chairman Ellis, members of the Commission. I'm Scott Lair, CEO of the National Museum of the Mighty Eighth Air Force, and it really is a pleasure to be with you this morning to celebrate a very important, very significant federal designation through the U.S. Department of Interior, and that is the World War II American Heritage City designation. Only 18 cities last year received this designation, and there will only be one according to the program from each state, and Savannah, Chatham County has earned this as a result of the two-part designation, one that recognizes the contemporary contributions, the contributions that were made by this community to the war effort, to winning the war and defeating tyranny in the 40s. And two, and perhaps more importantly, is what our community has done to preserve that history and that legacy. So we add, I think, yet another layer, another chapter to the rich history of our community and the recognition of that history. And the museum was very, very pleased to be a part of it, but there were lots of others involved in the work on this designation, and certainly I want to recognize Assistant County Manager Linda Kramer and her office for the work it did and the cooperation in this partnership. A colleague of mine who cannot be here, Dr. Vivian Rogers Price, who compiled the historical information and wrote the nomination form. We have Matthew Worth from Congressman Carter's office here, and I know Matthew has some words as well from the Congressman's office. And the gentleman who I describe truly as the catalyst for this project, Mr. Bill Palmer, who lit the fire and kept us all moving forward on the project. And Bill, in his own right, is really a very fine local historian. And at this time, I'll call on Bill to make a few remarks. Bill?
Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Chairman Ellis and the other commissioners. You know, the history of this, the first city that was awarded this designation was Wilmington, North Carolina, back in 2020. And after I heard that, I felt like, well, Savannah is deserving of that recognition. I had a lot of local history and knowledge of what went on during the war, and my subsequent employment at Union Camp, I learned that the paper industry had been a major part of developing special packaging for ammunition and food going to jungle environments and things like that. So I had an interest in that. And the criteria for selection were published by the Department of the Interior in early 2021. I approached Chairman Ellis and Mayor Johnson with a proposal to develop a nomination for Savannah. Thank you for your support for that. And they directed me to Ms. Kramer's office and the Mighty 8th Air Force Museum, who really did the yeoman's task of compiling the nomination. A lot of the research that was required, actually, we discovered had been done by Luciana Spraker, who's the director of the archives of the city, some years ago, before this process ever was even known about. She had compiled a huge amount of research that was foundational for our nomination. So we submitted the nomination as required by the deadline, I think in August of 2021, thinking that we would hear back in several months. Unfortunately, several months went by, several more months went by, a year went by, and I was beginning to wonder if we would ever hear. And then, lo and behold, in December, we got word that Savannah had indeed been selected for this honor and designation. So I'm grateful for that. In addition to Chairman Ellis and Mayor Johnson, the mayors of Tybee Island, Shirley Sessions, and the mayor of Thunderbolt at the time, Beth Godey, also supported this effort with letters of support that were part of the nomination package. And I think we should, recognize each of those small towns played a role in our efforts during World War II, in addition to the city and the larger county. So I'm very pleased at the outcome. I'm very appreciative of the support, and look forward to seeing how this can help our community in the future. Thank you.
And also, I did want to mention, members of the commission, I did put a printout of the National Park Service write-up on our designation at each of your desks, so you can review that and see some of the information that they included, as well as a token from the Mighty 8th commemorating this designation, the challenge going there in your desks as well. All right, at this time, I'd like to invite Matthew Worth up here as well, a representative from Congressman Carter's office, to read a statement from the congressman.
All right.
Chairman Ellis and the Chatham County Commission, good morning. Thank you for inviting Congressman Carter to address the commission today. Regretfully, Mr. Carter could not attend, but sends the following statement from our nation's capital. Georgia played a critical role in securing the Allies' victory in World War II. We are all benefiting from American selflessness during this period, many of whom put their lives on hold and on the line, protecting our freedoms. Chatham County embodied this patriotism, becoming hubs of industry and transportation when their country needed them the most. I'm proud to represent Chatham County in Congress and thank the American World War II Heritage Cities Program for this distinction. Thank you.
Thank you.
We also have a statement from Mayor Sessions, who couldn't be here today. She's swearing in a new police chief this morning. Her statement reads, "Due to a prior commitment, I regret that I will be unable to attend this memorable celebration. On behalf of Tybee Island, please know it is truly an honor to be included with Chatham County in becoming a designated American World War II Heritage City. This esteemed program represents everything good about our communities and our country. World War II was a horrific event that ultimately brought diverse people and countries together in patriotic fellowship for the betterment of our world and all humanity. May we strive to live in that spirit of unity now and for future generations." And members of the commission, I'd like to invite to the podium at this time also Melissa Memory, the superintendent of the Fort Pulaski National Monument.
Good morning.
Good morning.
In representing the National Park Service today, I just want to thank the commission and all the cities who put their support behind this nomination. I think it's a great opportunity for us to really celebrate these resources in this time period that is often overlooked by our other rich history here in Chatham County. But it's also just a welcome addition to the recognitions for all of our rich history. And we look forward to working with all of our partners at the Mighty Eighth and others just to use this opportunity to look for other opportunities to identify and preserve these important resources. Thank you.
Thank you.
And with that, I'd like to open it up to members of the commission for comment.
All right, comments?
I just want to
All right, Commissioner White?
I just want to say congratulations to Savannah, Chatham County, and the Mighty Eighth, and all the good work that's going on with the World War II American Heritage City. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So thank you for your efforts in getting this significant recognition. And I think it's just amazing that we continue to commemorate how Chatham County has played such a role in our world and what we know today in our country. And so I'm proud to sit up here as a commissioner and be a part of this. And also thanks for the coin I've added to my collection.
Any other commissioner? Oh, okay.
I just want to say congratulations and remind everyone that the Mighty Eighth is in the great eighth.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
let us congratulate the Mighty Eighth. Let us also congratulate Chatham County for this endeavor. It's quite an honor to have, and we're very proud of it, and we're very thankful to our vets who made this happen. Thank you.
Commissioner Stone.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Congratulations. It's such an honor that we are doing this and that this has come to fruition. I remember when we unveiled the World War II monument on River Street, and the veterans turned out. I've never seen so many veterans in my life. And it was not the most pleasant day, but they sat through the whole ceremony. They're a very, very proud and accomplished group of people. So thank you very much for what you've done.
And let me close it out by saying to all of you who have stood in and stuck with, all right, I know that we went through a period of time when we thought nobody was listening to us, nobody heard us, but then all of a sudden we got, and it goes along with what Reverend Tillman says, we reap what we sow. We didn't get weary in well-doing, and so we stayed there and withstood it, and it was a pleasure working with you, and especially give kudos out to Ms. Kramer, all right, who took on the task of standing in and letting me know where I needed to be, when I needed to be there, and who I needed to talk to, and we want to definitely send our thanks and also our congratulations to Representative Carter, who stuck in there with us and who fought for us on the national level. Again, to the entire county, okay? Sometimes it don't take all of us. It just takes a dedicated few to get some things done, and that's what we were able to do. And so We send our congratulations again to the Mighty Eighth, right? And as we expand, as you're going to be doing some work lately, in the upcoming days to expand the Mighty Eighth and the program there, we are so happy to be a part and to work with you to get this done. Again, let me say thank you to everyone, all right, who participated, and thank you to the whole county for being recognized by your peers. All right?
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
Before we proceed, can I make a motion that we excuse Commissioners Rivers, Kicklighter, and Farrell from today's meeting?
Yeah. We've got information on that?
We got a call from Commissioner Rivers that he's sick this morning. I haven't received a call from Kicklighter or Farrell.
Gotcha. I understand Commissioner Farrell attended the inauguration.
Inauguration, okay.
Right.
All right.
All right, give me a second.
Second.
All right, and proper motion is second that the three commissioners, Rivers, Farrell, and Kicklighter be excused. Please cast your votes. Okay, so pass, so move. All right, let me call on now, let me call Commissioner Stone for our proclamation.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is a serious issue that many states are dealing with, and it is my honor to read this proclamation. Whereas in 2000, the Trafficking Victims Protection Act, TVPA, was passed to combat human trafficking both in the United States and abroad. And whereas in 2010, President Barack Obama dedicated the month of January to raise awareness about human trafficking and educate the public about this crime. And whereas Chatham County recognizes that human trafficking is happening in our community to our young people and is committed to combating human trafficking. And whereas to fill a gap in services in our community for victims of human trafficking, Theros Place is developing a 12-bed residential facility for survivors of human trafficking, girls ages 11 to 17, to provide trauma-informed, client-centered care. And whereas Chatham County acknowledges National Human Trafficking Prevention Month and upholds our commitment to protect victims, educate the public, prosecute traffickers, and abolish human trafficking. And whereas Chatham County partners with Theros Place to meet the critical needs of minor victims of human trafficking. Now therefore, our chairman, Chester A. Ellis, on behalf of the Chatham County Board of Commissioners, do hereby proclaim January 2023 as Human Trafficking Prevention Month in Chatham County, and urge all citizens to work together to address trafficking in our community and support the young survivors of this horrible crime. In witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of Chatham County, Georgia to be affixed this 13th day of January 2023. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
All right, and call on my good friend.
Thank you, Chairman and the Commission. It's great to be here, and we appreciate Commissioner Stone and the Commission's recognition of Theros Place and National Human Trafficking Prevention Month. I do have some remarks, but I want to make sure our team here is introduced, our mighty team. So I'm just going to let everyone introduce themselves first. You probably know many of them.
Good morning, Commissioners. This morning I am Marsha Buford. I am the President of the Board of Directors for Theros Place. And thank you so much for acknowledging human trafficking.
Good morning. I am Roxanne Formey. I'm one of the juvenile court judges, and I preside over Hope Court, which is our treatment court for our human trafficking victims and survivors. With me is Laura Weatherly, who is our court coordinator. And on behalf of the juvenile court, we want to thank you for your continued support of our kids who have experienced human trafficking. Hope Court is 2 years old this month, and we are excited that Theros Place is coming to the table so that we can keep our kids in our community.
Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Kate Templeton, and I am the outreach coordinator for Theros Place.
Good morning. I'm Rachel Baker. I am the Georgia Southern student intern here at Theros Place.
All right.
So we have been in existence for about a year, and we were brought in to fill a gap in services. The nearest residential facility for minor victims of human trafficking is 90 minutes away. And we know this is happening in our community to our girls every day, and we want to be able to keep them here in our community. Theros Place will open hopefully this summer. We've received a generous investment from the federal government, Department of Justice, to get started, and we will serve 12 young people, ages 11 to 17, in a 24/7, 365 environment, supervised with at least 2 staff members. Most of these young people will be doing education in-house. Thankfully, online learning is much more robust in the past 3 years. We'll have counselors, life coaches, house parents. We'll employ 30 people and have a budget of about $1 million. So we will be an economic driver and an economic investment in this community. It's critical we work with all of our partners, different government entities, as well as other nonprofits, which we've been developing those relationships. So we're really grateful for this opportunity. It is a problem in our community, is a misunderstood problem. People always ask me if the container ships are bringing in all the girls that are flowing over the borders, and actually it's our girls this is happening to, and boys, due to poverty, due to demand, and other factors in our community. So we appreciate this opportunity, appreciate your support. While our facility will be in an undisclosed public location, we will create opportunities for y'all to come out and see it. So we're chugging along really fast, and appreciate the county's support. I'm sure we'll be applying for funding through the blueprint process when that's available, and just appreciate your shining a light on this important issue.
Thank you. We are so happy to partner with you. Any commissioner want to make any comments?
I have one.
All right, Commissioner Lockett first.
Mr. Chairman, thank you. Let me just thank you all and congratulate you all for being as aggressive as you are for this problem. We know it is a national problem, and we're glad that you all are coming to existence. Thank you again.
Commissioner Whiteman. We have to play beat up the mic.
You did this to me, Commissioner Adams. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just want to say congratulations again. I want to take a second to celebrate Hope Court because, the outside of the box thinking that we have here in our court system has been amazing. And when we talk about some of the challenges that our community faces, hearing Ms. Wade say poverty and understanding that poverty is just produces so many byproducts, negative byproducts that affect our community. So thank you for your efforts at Hope Court, and then Ms. Wade, congratulations, and look forward to working with you all as we continue to tighten up our community safety net.
Thank you so much. Commissioner Milton.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And I want to congratulate you, Julie, as well. It's a good program. Just want to remind everybody that we do have the traffic jam program that's coming up that will be held at Savannah State next weekend.
January 27th is law enforcement, 28th is open to the public. We are side by side with them too.
Very good, very good. Thank you very much.
We'll be there.
Anyone else? Again, let me say thank you, and we look forward to continuing our partnership and our work with one another. And I think that someone needs to get a herald to stand on the mountain and shout the story, all right, of what we're doing and how we're doing, and especially knowing that for the first time ever, we've got federal grants here in the county that helps us. And I don't think we tell that story enough, all right, so that folks know for the first time ever, Chatham County is in the federal budget, and it's federal monies that's coming this way, and it's coming to different avenues, all right? But it all comes through this commission sitting up here, and so we thank you, and that's why we are so grateful for your leadership and for helping us to overcome the ills that are in this community, all right? Thank you again so much.
Thank you, Chairman.
All right. This time we're going to call on Mr. Manager. Mr. Lee.
Mr. Chairman, I'm going to ask our safety net Planning Council Director, Mr. Reginald Lee, to come to the podium, and they're going to provide us with a report as they do annually. So I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Lee.
All right.
Put my glasses on here. Thank you. Okay. Oh, yes, I was looking for that. Okay. Good morning, Chairman Ellis, members of the Board of Commissioners, County Manager Kregler, Assistant County Manager Kramer. On behalf of the Planning Council, members of the Board of Directors, my colleague Vera Selsburn, and our Chairman, Mr. Albert Grandy, I'm pleased to be here today to offer information from the Planning Council regarding our efforts to assist the Commission in meeting the health needs of citizens in Chatham County. Okay, I'll just use the clicker here. Okay. The Planning Council, created in 2004 under the leadership of the Coastal Health District, was charged with assisting the Commission to better understand the health needs of uninsured and uninsured residents of Chatham County through improved collaboration, support from safety net providers. Our vision is to create a resilient community, a resilient Chatham County community through improved outcomes by working together on common health problems with the mission of developing an infrastructure to maximize access and utilization of health care, behavioral health, access and utilization of health and behavioral health care resources, implement public health strategies through collaboration, and leverage county dollars to create community-focused healthcare solutions to assure improved health outcomes for Chatham County residents. I'm sorry, I need to go back one. The Planning Council does use, let me go back up one. Okay, there we go. Technology challenges me sometimes. The Planning Council uses a community-centered approach to healthcare collaboration and to address the health priorities in the Chatham County Blueprint by working with diverse community partners to build healthier, safer, and trauma-informed community. Serving as a linkage with our community partners who provide an array of direct services, we work with the organizations listed on this slide, including Curtis V. Cooper, J.C. Lewis, and Gateway Community Service Board. Additionally, the Planning Council serves as a link between the Board of Commissioners' health priorities by leading efforts in the community in areas represented on this slide, including healthcare research, implementation of evidence-based health and behavioral health programs, conducting needs assessments, capacity building, collaboration, and partner support. The Planning Council programs and initiatives funded by the Commission align with the Board's Blueprint priorities in creating a culture of health that effectively addresses mental health by educating the public, reducing stigma, increasing early intervention programs, delivering prevention education, including resilience skills towards behavioral health, and removing gaps and barriers while increasing access to treatment for children and adolescents. Also, through the Blueprint funding, the Planning Council recruits and support local participation in our health information exchange called GRACIE.
safety and resilience, prevention and intervention programs, and administrative activities. Our program delivery uses a public health framework of prevention, intervention, and postvention. This framework is designed to implement best practices and evidence-based programs that address health risk factors and promote well-being at all levels of the health and wellness continuum, with the explicit goal of reducing reliance on local emergency rooms. To create a culture of health in our community, Commission funding for the Health Information Exchange has continued to be a success here in Chatham County. And the organizations listed on this slide represent the local safety net partners. Connection to Gracie allows our partners to connect with each other and other Gracie members from across Georgia. The connection to Gracie allows members to update patient information daily to be used by other health providers and reduces unnecessary tests, cost, and improves efficiency of care by ensuring that everybody that's involved in the patient's health care treatment has access to the same information. Currently in Gracie, there's 226, I'm one short here. Yep, I'm right. Currently, again, 226 healthcare providers have connection with Gracie. Information is provided by each Gracie member and is updated on an automated schedule, which includes patient diagnosis, medications, allergies, encounters, labs, and discharge summary. During our funding cycle, 4,484 new patients had their Gracie electronic medical record information uploaded to Gracie. In addition to our providers listed as core members, we also have other local providers that are part of Gracie listed as Chatham Orthopedics and Navicent Health are examples of those. Additionally, the Mayo Clinic, Emory University, and the Veterans Administration is uploading information to Gracie. Additional health information linkages that will improve health outcomes for citizens include Chatham County EMS internet link with Gracie to access patient information while on service calls. This enables Chatham EMS to make the best behavioral health decisions based on care at the behavioral health unit or local ERs. Discussions are also occurring with St. Joseph Candler and St. Joseph Candler to allow Chatham EMS to access patient data, behavioral health data from their platform called Commonweal. The Planning Council is also in discussion with Chatham EMS, St. Joseph Candler, and Memorial's ER department to use the Planning Council's publications as a resource and tool in connection with other local health resources during the discharge process. And you have those brochures that are provided with your packet. Commission health funding to create a culture of health extends to the Planning Council's safety and resilience programs, specifically Prevent Suicide Today, which is a community-based program working to prevent suicide by raising awareness that suicide is preventable and improving skills and evidence-based suicide intervention training, including applied suicide intervention skills training, Safe Talk, Suicide Talk, and safety and resilience for schools. Also funded by Chatham County is the evidence-based mindful self-compassion programs. These programs build resilience and enhance emotional well-being. Additional programs offered by the Planning Council to effectively address mental health includes leveraging commission funding to provide trauma-sensitive yoga, our Front Porch Acts program, which is an evidence-based, trauma-based intervention program geared towards at-risk youth and adolescents. And also, it assists with community resilience model and resilience enhancement and learning model training for our community. During the funding period, the following outcomes were achieved to support safety and resilience training for Chatham County residents. 155 citizens were trained in applied suicide intervention training. 3,348 citizens trained in suicide awareness, and 963 citizens trained in mindful self-compassion. The Planning Council has been able to leverage commission funds to increase safety and resilience resources in our community for our safety net partners and the Planning Council from sources listed on this slide. And our program manager, Vera, has done an outstanding job in leveraging funds to assist citizens around behavioral health needs. Based on community safety and resilience needs, the Planning Council will build capacity for all of our safety and resilience programs, engage youth-serving agencies and the public school system, and support local youth organizations through staff development and building trauma-informed practices, policy development, and implementation for becoming trauma-informed. Commission funding also assists the Planning Council in its administrative efforts by guiding leadership in the collaboration with safety net partners, again, to strengthen the infrastructure for health services and build capacity within the safety net system. Through our efforts, we have identified healthcare gaps, including lack of emergency room data, lack of citizens' understanding of the negative impacts of the cost of using local emergency rooms for non-emergency care, lack of health information, resources, and informational resources that link oral health and cardiovascular disease. To address the healthcare gaps, the Planning Council will continue to dialogue with local health systems to acquire emergency room data. We will educate the community on the negative impacts and costs of using ERs for non-emergency care, educate the public regarding non-emergency care options or alternatives, link citizens with our local FQHCs and free clinics, create a case management partnership to complement discharge efforts at the local ERs, and finally partner with the Association of Black Cardiologists to provide training to assist in reducing cardiovascular disease in Chatham County. Additionally, we will continue to offer healthcare solutions that assist our stakeholders in immediate and long-term solutions to help organizations and the community to provide effective ongoing support and offer information resources to our stakeholders. Finally, we could not, again, do the work to address the health needs of citizens without the financial support of Blueprint funding and the ongoing collaboration and support of safety net providers listed on this slide.
All right.
And
Do we have any questions from any commissioner? Yes, sir, Commissioner Whiteley.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, Mr. Lee, and thank you for that presentation. So I just had two questions. One, as you discussed the Gracie, that integrated system, which I think is great. Are there any efforts to, I know we have kind of a pilot system for a BHU, Behavioral Health Unit, to be able to go out on police calls sometimes in the event that a person is experiencing a mental health crisis, so they can be treated for mental health as opposed to being treated criminally. Are there any efforts to try to allow that BHU unit or law enforcement access to the Gracie program at some point?
well, that's something that has not been discussed. The link has really been through Chatham EMS as they're going on calls to get that. And I would imagine that if there's some health crisis in that particular situation, Chatham EMS would be called and then they will be able to access that patient behavioral health data.
Gotcha.
And in addition to that, Gateway also participate in Gracie, and since BHU is connected through Gateway, the access to information happens through Gateway.
Gotcha. Okay, that's good to hear. All right. And then the last part I had, how does an organization, I see you have a lot of partners here, and we also have a ton of smaller nonprofits in town. So how does an organization connect with you all to or perhaps work with you in some way or another?
Really, all they have to do is contact our office, contact me, contact Vera. A lot of times we bring in what we call partners just by having a discussion about what they do and what we do. And we encourage them to be part of our stakeholder coalition that's over 150 organizations that receive our information.
Nice.
And we have a very wide listserv. I don't know if any of you receive my email, and sometimes we may over-communicate, but we'd rather do that. And a lot of partners, well, we're part of a lot of networks, so we have push and pull email communication, integrated marketing systems in place to really help spread the word out in various ways. So.
Got it. All right, well, thank you.
And this is Vera Selsburn, my colleague. We are a two-person shop. We have a lot of support in terms of community collaborators and people that assist us with the trainings.
Well, Commissioner Lockett?
Thank you again, Mr. Chairman. I would like to say this, as I hold your brochure in my hand and read it, your wraparound service is very, very important to Chatham County, and this is mighty.
Thank you.
Mighty.
Thank
Thank you.
One of the things that we certainly realize is that a lot of times people aren't successful because they don't know what resources are, if they're available, where they are, and how to access